Weapons companies, highways, ports, and airports shut down around the world. Why is April 15th so effective? She's saying April 15th was so effective in harming you and inconveniencing you, the taxpayer. My people, the professional protesters, they were so effective in shutting down your roads, in ensuring that you don't get to go to work. By the way, it just happens to coincide with the tax day, where if you transferred via Venmo to your friend $300, the IRS will be up your ass with a sigmoidoscope. No, these are my people. These people are so effective against you. April 15th, they see it as a success. Okay, so look, people will often try and tell you that you are being conspiratorial. Okay, so you've seen a lot of this sort of, I guess, puttering around Twitter yesterday on social media. It's hard to sift through what is true and what is not. I will tell you this. This is my opinion. Sabotage, or a coordinated effort, let me establish it this way. A coordinated effort to destroy American institutions is happening, okay? There is no doubt about that right now. We've covered it many times. Now we're at this point where we see what had happened yesterday with the pro-Hamas, and we'll show you some clips in major cities. The question is whether there's foreign influence, foreign interference here, foreign money coming into the United States to disrupt and basically, I guess I should say, infiltrate our institutions, rebuild them in a new image of a leftist utopia. I would argue yes. Comment below if you think that is what is happening right now. We're going to look at a pattern of events and try and break down each one. But first, you probably have noticed, if you've trusted your lying eyes and ears, for the last year and a half, chaos has been certainly unfolding here in America. Train derailments, bridges collapsing. Well, here's a montage as a refresher. And that one's silent, but it's still scary.
It's even scarier in silence. Oh, jeez. Yikes.
The two buildings here on fire are made of metal.
26 barges broke loose on the Ohio River, prompting two bridge closures in Pittsburgh. Officials say 23 of the barges were loaded with dry goods like coal.
The derailment occurred after an eastbound train collided with a train that was stopped on the same tracks. A westbound train then striking the cars that had spilled over onto its tracks.
It really is odd how they feel accomplished in like basic descriptions.
Yeah.
This building on fire has metal. This train on fire had coal.
Whoa. Now I know.
That changes everything.
The train was derailed from what it usually runs on or operates, known as tracks. Back to you, Bob.
I can see Colton Wade right now yelling at Josephine. You hear that, Josephine?
He was on tracks.
That queen of the roads ain't doing a good job up there.
So that has happened. That's been going on for a year and a half. But yesterday there were some very specific new civil disruptions that you probably noticed. Let's go to California first. Rough day for California. The pro-Palestine protesters, they shut down that this Golden Gate Bridge, which sometimes has grates. It is. There's a grate on the bridge. I wasn't wrong.
It's a great bridge.
I was wrong. It was shut down completely. Roll clip.
Hey, cops just standing there, huh?
They're on break.
I was confused. See, I thought that our tax dollars went to the police to enforce the law.
No.
I thought that was part of our unwritten, or actually written agreement with the police. Did I miss something?
I think so.
Okay.
I think you missed something there.
That's me, Mr. Traditional. Also, by the way, I-880 was shut down, the freeway to Oakland. So that happened.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yes. Luckily, authorities have a plan for the next protest in the Bay Area. Let's see something my tax dollars can get behind.
Yes, well, they haven't got it yet.
Right.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. That was a simulation. AI is getting good. Now,
using Palestinian workers, so it takes a little while.
Yeah. Yesterday, same day, Chicago. Pro-Palestine protesters shut down the roads there, leading to the airport.
Everyone has to walk to the airport. What are they doing?
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Yeah.
Really making a statement with that cross track.
She's from Skokie.
You tell me if this is immature, childish, probably. Wouldn't it just be great to see the most jacked, shredded Jew you can imagine beat the hell out of them?
Yes, the bear Jew.
Yeah, Goldberg. Just show up and just
Goldberg.
Goldberg spear.
Chopper him.
All right, little buddy.
Oh, I thought you meant the goalie Goldberg, the one that did meth.
Yes.
That would also be a good substitute.
Send them both in.
Yeah, Goldberg and the Goldbergs.
Yes.
We'll get Brian Callen also.
Send them all in. Jeff Garland. So I know you're saying, well, I don't know, coordinated effort, 1, 2. Okay, let's go to New York. Protesters stopped the traffic there, going to the Brooklyn Bridge. They took over basically lower Manhattan.
It's not the right place to walk on that bridge.
No, it's generally frowned upon.
You are supporting a fucking terrorist organization.
Yeah, we gotta burn a flag.
They also burned the rest of their outfit.
We should be so lucky. Tank top
right,
doesn't match the
I don't want to
shorts.
see the rest of that.
I do appreciate that the man's or woman's Z's tank top resembles an ace bandage.
Yeah, because they just had. Never mind. I'm not going to get
It's
it.
a compression.
Yeah, it's taping down them titties. Well, a woman does.
That's my favorite kind of woman when the titties are taped down.
Taped down.
Taped down titties, I call them.
It's like Chinese foot.
DDT.
It's like Chinese foot binding. There's no reason that I should be attracted to it, but I find myself. Oh. So,
Somebody hit the gong.
coincidence. I'm not. I apologize for nothing. That's 3. All right, maybe. Let's go to Philly, where they also blocked traffic.
Philadelphia police handcuffed and removed people from the intersection of Market Street and Schuylkill Avenue. These protesters were taking part in a demonstration showing solidarity with Palestine.
Okay. So,
Why doesn't this ever happen during a PTA meeting?
right. I know.
At least they got arrested there.
Yeah. Well, in Florida, they don't play with that at all. So just those 4 states, just those 4 states, more than 150 arrests. All references are available at louderwithcrowder.com. If this seems somewhat reminiscent of Black Lives Matter, what was going on the Summer of Love, of course, it's not nearly that big, not $2+ billion in damages and thousands of officer casualties. But this doesn't just happen by chance. This isn't an accident at this point. Here's actually Elizabeth Warren, a surrogate, I should say. And I guess this lady's name is Calla Walsh. She, Kaya? No, it's spelled with 2 L's. I don't think that's correct, but it could be. I don't care. So she wrote, today is the highest level of coordinated direct action we've seen since October 7th. Weapons companies, highways, ports, and airports shut down around the world. Why is April 15th so effective? The call to action was a reorientation from symbolic protest to material economic blockade. So let me just break this down for you really quickly. She said the quiet part out loud because she's stupid. I don't say that because she's a woman or she has a vagina. I say it because she's stupid. So when she says April 15th is so effective, what is she saying? She's saying April 15th was so effective in harming you and inconveniencing you, the taxpayer. My people, the professional protesters, they were so effective in shutting down your roads, in ensuring that you don't get to go to work. By the way, it just happens to coincide with the tax day where if you transferred via Venmo to your friend $300, the IRS will be up your ass with a sigmoidoscope. No, these are my people. These people are so effective against you. April 15th, they see it as a success. Hey, you're a working American in Philadelphia, New York, around San Francisco, if they still exist there. You find that effective? This is why it's not about race. It's not about class as far as wealth. It's about them versus you. It is about the elites. It's about people who are wielding unelected power. And I'm not saying that none of these people have been elected, though many haven't, the Faucis of the world, people who sit on commissions. What I'm saying is they are now expanding beyond their authority. You think that people who you vote for have the authority to encourage people who have not been elected to block your roads? To potentially set fires in a public space? Keep in mind at the same time, you have people, whether it's James O'Keefe or yours truly, who are being potentially sued by the government or raided by the FBI for footage that was recorded legally in a single-party consent state. These people can completely disregard the law. We already saw what happened. We saw what happened with Black Lives Matter. You saw what happened yesterday, and they say that's effective. Remember, Kamala Harris, they're not going to stop, nor should they stop. I don't know. I would say, I don't want to speak on behalf of everybody, but for most Americans, stop. So is it sabotage or not? I guess we'll kind of toss this to the room. The California protests, you know what? Okay, California, Chicago, New York, Philly, They're all sabotage, all coordinated.
Definitely Beastie Boys style.
Yeah. What do you think? You think it happened by accident there, Pops Crowder? No?
Did you just bust out a Kamala Harris impression?
And
I think you did.
yeah, you're gonna regret.
Get down.
You're gonna regret drawing attention to it because now I can't stop.
It's a plaintiff wail
Nor should I stop.
with a Barack Obama bounce.
Little bit.
Yeah,
I got that clip if you want to run it.
And I bang mares. What? Which clip?
just to get
This
ahead.
one.
Not my sex tape.
Everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that they're not going to let up, and they should not. And we should not.
There you go. They want to create criminals out of law-abiding citizens, and they want to turn actual criminals into a new voting base. There's your America. To top it off, let's go to former Vice President Biden's hometown and home to Amy's Diner.
Nice.
Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Nice reference.
A munitions factory.
It wasn't retro back then.
No, it wasn't.
The actual 50s diner.
Have you guys seen that munitions factory caught on fire? And here's the thing. This actually matters quite a bit. The factory focuses on like 155 millimeter artillery shells. And the stockpile that we have here in the States is dangerously low as it is after, of course, I should say, we've sent hundreds of thousands to Ukraine and I believe Israel. We're also going to need a ton of those if something goes down with Taiwan at this point. So this just happened to catch on fire. General Dynamics did, however, say that the fire was small. It was not a concern. I don't know. To me, it has a whiff of the pipes bursting in Georgia.
Well, it was like when all those chicken farms conveniently were burning down repeatedly in a weird coincidence that kept happening.
Yeah. Smelled fantastic, though.
Yeah, delicious.
So we did some research here to see how often this happens. From 2017 to 2023, the fires that we were able to find, and you can let us know if we're missing some in munitions plants. There was one in Missouri, there was one in South Dakota, Louisiana, Virginia. So they're not all that common.
Explosives factory?
But it's usually a Chinese fireworks factory.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen one.
If I were a news anchor, I'd say, the munitions factory lit ablaze, where they house munitions. Sandra?
I feel educated. That was, if you could do the whole show like that, actually, I feel like we'd all be better for it.
I could try to do it, Mr. Firestein, but I would find that I hate my life.
Back to you.
Back to you, quartering. So we give this Scranton fire, to be clear. You comment below. I'm going to say sabotage. Can't prove it. I just think it's more fun that way.
It's even better that it's in Joe Biden's hometown. Feels more sabotage-y.
Right.
Or maybe he just left the stove on.
I don't even know what it is. Yes, exactly.
You smell that?
He went back to Scranton for the first time in 2 decades to leave a stove on.
Back in Scranton. I left the stove on.
Yeah.
Not a joke.
Shit. Not a joke. You smell that? Am I having a stroke? Oh, it's just smoke. That's no joke, folks.
Anyone else taste pennies?
So let me give you some evidence, though, here as to why this might be sabotage. All right. We do know that there are allied groups who hate the United States, and they're active in organizing, helping to spread dissent here in the United States. So let me give you an example. The People's Forum. Okay? This is an organization. It's tied to the Chinese Communist Party. They organize pro-Palestine events in America. They received $3 million in funding from the United Community Fund, which is a CCP propaganda operation. Let me give you another stat. Under former Vice President Biden, 357 foreign nationals on the terror watch list have been apprehended. There's about 11 under Trump. So the context there matters. Just yesterday, the FBI opened a new investigation into that Baltimore bridge collapsing. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on there. But as far as the funding, this was happening. Remember with the Tea Party, Pops Crowder? What would happen is, and this is, in case you guys don't, this was in 2008, 2009, when they were protesting Barack Obama and the major stimulus bill at that point. You would see someone with a Nazi flag, right? Or you would see someone with a KKK symbol. And invariably, every single time, it turned out that it was an antagonist who was a plant there. Remember that?
Right.
And then at that moment in time, you had Nancy Pelosi saying, the Tea Party, an AstroTurf movement, what they do is they accuse you of doing exactly what it is that they are doing. There were no damages from Tea Parties.
No, they left places better than they found them.
Yep. Unlike, we had Tea Party, then afterwards we had the Occupy Wall Street movement. Right. Which was, hey, they could have found some common ground together if you didn't have one where it was mothers and fathers who were protesting in public places with a schedule, cleaning it up afterwards with pokey sticks, in comparison to people shitting on cop cars. It's a little bit of a divide that's tough to bridge.
Well, different folks, different strokes.
But they both claimed that they were, well, we're back to Biden. They both claimed that they were protesting big government, big bank bailouts. Everyone on the right has protested those. There should be common ground there. Unfortunately, the Tea Party happened. They said AstroTurf, and you would have people going. Remember with Andrew Breitbart, Representative? Was it Clyburn? Who else was it? There were a couple of people. I remember Clyburn saying they shouted the N-word at me.
That's right.
Walking up the Capitol steps.
$100,000 to anybody that could put audio or video to it.
Right, and there was video and audio proof of the walk. This is pre-AI. This is pre-360-degree cameras, by the way, from every single angle, and no one said the N-word. Remember he said he was spit on? It was some guy yelling at him, like, you're a traitor to your country. There's some spittle. And he was like, and the media covered it. These Tea Party activists spit on black representative and shout the N-word. Disgusting. They accuse you of doing exactly what it is that they are doing. $3 million in funding from a communist Chinese party-tied organization. Crimes committed in major cities across the country. Fires lit. We've already had $2 billion in damages. They want you to, at some point, protect what is yours so they can accuse you of being an extremist. That's where I think this is headed. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
I should also mention, just to end this on a positive note, Florida, on the other hand, doesn't play that.
Didn't last for too long. Police were out in protest here and eventually physically picked people up and moved them, even arresting a few like Valentina Jadu.
Zip ties.
Oh, yeah, está bueno, move.
I hope they beat him up too.
Yes. Each zip tie is like a kiss from an angel.
It's interesting if you follow these groups, it's basically the same people too, who conveniently, they were at Occupy. I think some people were talking about it last night, and even people within Occupy knew them as travelers. Like they were people that happened to be in Turkey and happened to be here and there, and then they were doing BLM, and then it's the same group of people that are conveniently always at these events. And to assume that's not coordinated, I mean,
I think it's
got
more than
to
a
be.
coincidence.
These people are losers.
Right.
They don't have no friends. They needed a friend group. It's like when you go to an open mic in a small town, you're like, why do these people do? Oh, they don't have friends. Why do you do comp? You're the worst person around. Oh, you needed somebody to be around, like forced to be around you.
Yeah.
Because you don't have friends or a job. These people are losers.
Right. But he tells you his arms are tired.
Yeah. Right. He just flew in.
They're usually upper middle class white liberal kids too from the suburbs.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No wonder why nobody likes them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have any skin in the game. Hey, here's the thing too. If you're talking about whatever the protest is, if you're talking, for example, about the wrongs of systemic racism in the United States, the wrongs of slavery past, more slaves right now on Earth than ever in recorded history. Over 40 million. More on Earth right now than ever in recorded history. You could do something about that. Or you can tie yourself to the Golden Gate Bridge and light your panties on fire. The choice is yours as to which is more effective. We here at Loud Earth Crowder have our own way of dealing with in-office protesters.
Wait, where do you think you're going?
I got a bathroom. I gotta go.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You didn't attend my pronoun seminar. The seminars are very important. Maybe you'll learn next time to come to mandatory HR meetings. I mean,
Hey,
if
guys.
we ignore these things. Wait, what are you guys doing? What? Oh my gosh! Whoa! You can't do this.
You made it to that bathroom, Josh.
Yeah, I made it in. I got my business taken care of.
You
dude.
do. You
Yeah.
do. But you get what's yours.
Yeah.
You can't get Hava Nagila out of your dome.
Hava
It's an
Nagila,
earworm now.
Hava Nagila, get out of my way.
Yep. Oh. You know what I have stuck in my head?
What's that?
Take a guess.
Margarita.
What?
What?
The margarita phrase.
You mean Deaf to America?
It's in Steven's head on repeat.
Whatever. I don't remember the second half. That's how much I love my country. Saved by the Bell theme.
Oh,
it's been in my head because
we're writing a thing.
up, and I was sitting there, and but it's a blend of the lyrics that we did in the original.
You added some curse words I didn't add in there, but I like it better.
It's true. It's fine. It's fine.
First celebrity crush, by the way. Leah Remini for me on that show.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Leon
yeah.
Carosi's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
I would have thought Mario Lopez for you. But
He's too pretty.
I was more of a. Never mind.
AC Slater sat with the chair on back. He sat on the chair backwards, which is how you know he was the cool kid.
Yeah.
did he flip it around?
Yeah, he flipped it around and he would sit there, all 135 pounds of him.
By the way, speaking of Screech, I was thinking of Screech, the porn star.
Oh, what do you have for us, Josh Belding?
We have a tweet from John Fetterman talking about protesters. I think you like it.
Oh yeah, well he's been banging on all cylinders recently. I mean, not the stroke, not physically, but I mean,
yeah, he's getting it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
figuratively.
The smoke is gone. Yeah.
It's almost like it cleared the cobwebs.
Did he start the fire in Scranton? I don't know.
He's a guy who actually went into a mental institution and came out less liberal.
Think about that.
That's
he
great.
probably went in and realized that everyone insane around him was liberal. And he was like, oh,
They
man.
had some crazy ideas. And he's like, actually, AOC said the same thing to me last week.
All right, what do we? Let's see the tweet from Fetterman. He says, I don't know who needs to hear this, but blocking a bridge or berating folks in Starbucks isn't righteous. It just makes you an asshole. He said, demand Hamas to send every hostage back home and surrender. You know what? That is one thing that is lost in this shuffle. Do you know? And comment below. Did you know that Hamas still has hostages, right? That they're not giving up?
Yeah, they said that there was one point where they couldn't reestablish negotiations because they didn't have enough hostages.
Right.
I was like, what do you mean? Just you need some more hostages before you can negotiate to release them?
They're like, well,
just release them.
We lost them. Oh, well, now we have to kill all of you.
Remember those videos where they're like, look how happy the hostages are being released by Hamas.
Yeah.
You think those other people are still, other 400 or whatever, are still?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they also gave them drugs.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, I love drugs.
Well, you know what? It covers a litany of errors if you just get the right drugs. Drugs are bad, kids. You shouldn't be watching if you're a child under 13.
They are. Booked my flight.
Yep. Drugs are bad, but smoking makes you look pretty cool.
Watch Louder with Crowder live Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.